Everybody, it's Victor. It's time to Eden Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Friday, Mosh Pit. Yes, indeed, I got more sleep last night, so I feel much better than I was after recording yesterday's episode. Thank you all very much for the support and the understanding. I really do appreciate it. It helps out a lot, man, when I'm having those rough days to know that the Mosh Pit's got my back. Here's your meme slash terrifying screenshot of the day. Thank you, XXX_Anubis XXX. On the Invicta subreddit, Chaos Burgundy from Repentance Plus episode 122, and then in the thread they said, I apologize for this abomination. It turned out to be, once I started, I knew I had to finish. Yes, indeed. That was, I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that, and I'm still terrified and disappointed, but also kind of happy that it happened, so we never have to hopefully ever see that again. And surely that won't be a continuing theme. Thank you very much, Anubis. Everyone who upvoted that monstrosity on this Invicta subreddit. Seed day is going to be 3 Zulu, 3 Foxtrot, Charlie 4 Golf Kilo. We've got we got King Baby, My Little Unicorn, which I don't even feel like just doing this room here. Our damage is good. Our tiers are bad. Our HP is good. Our range is our shot speed is good though. So yeah, it's kind of a, I don't know. It's kind of a nothing. I don't want to say it's a nothing burger of a start, but with King Baby here, without us having any sort of familiars, it's not really going to matter. I'm going to swap out My Little Unicorn for Telekinesis, however, because Telekinesis can give you ultimate shot defense. It allows you to stop all the projectiles and stuff that get towards you. You can also use it for physical defense as well. Anything that's trying to get close to Isaac, if they're small enough, Telekinesis will actually repel them for a brief period of time. And these shops, man, these shops lately have been just not great. Like with spiders, at least I thought it could give you a little bit of hope. Maybe not. I could be wrong about that. But it definitely stops projectiles. And you know, when you're talking about some early game fights, especially anything that shoots projectiles, like Gertie Senior, Fruity Plum, or Baby Plum, I should say, those types of fights are completely negated by Telekinesis. And not only will it take the shots and stop them in its tracks, but then it will also repel them and send them towards the originator of the shot. So it's pretty good. And I do like knowing that I can walk into a firefight without having to really worry about projectiles or anything getting too close. I was trying to anticipate that shot right there. It didn't quite work out. I mean, I definitely had the location down, but yeah, so you see that that little repulsion that we did on that dark matter ball from Limehorn. See how it kind of bounces it back off of us. That's it's that kind of stuff, except with regular projectiles, it just freezes them in tracks. Think of like Neo from the Matrix. Speaking of Keanu Reeves, I had a I mean, it's way too early for us to start talking about pop culture right now, but I did see my first ever John Wick movie. I talked about this on stream a couple of days ago, and you know, I'm a Keanu Reeves fan. I think that he is a you know, he's just always been consistent in his acting. He may not be the greatest actor in the world, but he makes fun movies, and you know, and I like Keanu. I don't know anyone who doesn't like Keanu Reeves. And so for John Wick movies, I was like, I have no idea what they're about. All I know is that he takes down a lot of people. That's all I know. Get Crackjacks here, which can give us another HP upgrade. We have no bombs, no money, and not enough HP to make the sack room shuffle matter. So yeah. And I don't know what I was expecting with the first John Wick. I was just surprised at how simplistic and straightforward the story was. I was expecting, like, I guess something a little more grand, a little bit more like, I don't know, just something more complicated than a simple revenge story. But it was it, and it was a fun movie. So I will eventually end up watching the rest of the John Wick movies. At Lust here, we got to be careful. We don't want to lose this opportunity where we have tons of red heart HP and a prospective devil deal here that we could take. Mother's Kiss is another HP upgrade. As long as we hold on to it, that is. As soon as we drop it, that will kill us. It's one of the few things that can happen is that if you're down to 1 HP and it's just Mom's Kiss, and then you get rid of the trinket, it will kill you. So just be very aware of that. You see telekinesis working here a little bit. I don't like being in this corner with these torsos. There we go. There we go. So we don't want to lose this golden opportunity here and lose our devil deal. We get butt bombs, which we do need. Like, we need bombs for sure. But I gotta say right now, I'm not being wowed by the 2 floors of items yet. So there we go. You see telekinesis there. It totally just makes any projectile irrelevant for a short period of time. So yeah, I caught that projectile, and then on top of that, ooh, that's so good. On top of that, it will send it back at their origin. So, I mean, it's good. Like, telekinesis is straight up a good item. It's one of those items that you do have to micromanage, but you'll be rewarded for it, and not in an annoying way. This is in a damage aversion way. And you can also, you can get away with feeling good about yourself that you played with an item that does require constant attention, but it gives you constant benefit. Every time you stop a projectile that was going to hit you, that's 1 HP saved. An HP saved is an HP earned. Now, the reason why I said good for this Rotten Heart is because that does act as a soul heart for us, which will prevent us from taking red heart damage for 1 hit before we get to the boss. So this is some good stuff we got going on. Wow, I'm surprised it's not there. Let's see. Regular secret rooms here, guaranteed. I don't know where the super secret room is though. I knew the demon fire was gonna be shooting at us. Okay, we have a respectable amount of money here. We could probably go into the shop now and get another soul heart. Oh, here it is. Should have known. I do want champion belt, so that's going to take priority over a soul heart because remember we've got this rotten heart. A damage upgrade here is very nice because if we're not going to shoot very fast, then we need to make sure that at least we're hitting hards, and we're only 3 cents away from having a soul heart. I could go in the curse room, but meh. Could try to bomb. I'll bomb one of these. I thought I'd give it the old college try. Okay, gurglings are not going to be too bad here with butt bombs, especially black gurglings. Yeah. Oh boy, mom's heals. Yay! That's just super great. Now, Lord of the Pit, on the other hand, is actually super great, and it's going to give us flying and movement speed. And on top of that, it's also going to give us 1/3 of the Leviathan transformation. Absolutely going to be taking Ouija board as well, which is a much-needed Tears upgrade. So now we have to get rid of Mom's Kiss, or hold on to it. I mean, I'm definitely down to hold on to it here. I'm also going to the curse room. This is going to cost us our Rotten Heart, but that's okay. We have flying now. We have telekinesis. That should be enough damage mitigation for us to have, and we just picked up a soul heart, so it's beautiful. I'm going to deliberately get rid of this Rotten Heart because I don't want it. And then we are going to pick this up, get charged half of a soul heart, fill up the red heart, and that's plenty. So I think we all Gucci fam. I'm especially, what am I doing? I'm especially happy that we ended up getting flying. This flying early on plus the spectral tears from Ouija board is a massive pickup for us. Maybe sneak that other soul heart if we can. Oh, we got our bombs back at least. And thankfully, Spectral Tears allows us just to do this. We don't have to worry about the grubs or anything getting in our way, but it would take a fortnight for us to actually sit there and do all that. But it was worth it. Good floor. We got on last week's question of the episode. This one coming in from the Trisagian from the Top Rope episode. The sort of honeymoon phase of realizing that Trisagian was an actually legitimately good item since that landmark Judging of Isaac. And this one coming in from Bo Sammy, and she kind of wrote a long paragraph here, so I'm going to read it while also pausing the game after this room. Bo said, question of the episode, at what point in your YouTube/Twitch career did you realize that you were going to be able to make a living off of it, and what was your reaction? Was it a slow transition, or did you redouble your efforts and to focus more on it? I didn't when I started this, Lost Soul Buddy, check him out now. When I started this back in 2010, it really started with my WoW PvP videos, and it was never supposed to be a thing. And then of course I met Husky and started working on Rose videos for Nerdy Nummies and editing here and there, and then I became friends with Husky, and then he convinced me to do all this stuff. It was never at any point did I think that this would be my career, like at all. I didn't have any expectations. I was just like, yeah, I like to make PvP videos, and I like to play StarCraft, and that's that. Well, I think they're judging me restock machine here. Well, obviously, at some point, it became more of a reality when I started. I basically had to take care of Papa Victa, like I'm still doing, and that gave me the opportunity to at least not work, but I had a lot of time to focus on doing YouTube editing, recording gameplay, trying to stream, that sort of stuff. So it wasn't really something that was a natural progression. Like, oh, I can just make enough money to do this full time. It took me 8 years before I started making big boy bucks. And by big boy bucks, I don't want you to think like I'm making like bank off of this stuff. It was enough for me to be able to afford to move out and take care of Dad, and obviously buy the house and everything. So it was a good living. But it took me 8 to 9 years to get to that point. And it is not something that I don't think I would be able to do this now if I had the same opportunities back then. The whole scope of YouTube and Twitch and streaming in general has all changed. Now you'll find probably I mean, this is just arbitrary, but I would venture to guess that you could find 1 out of every like 5 or 6 people who are around this age and younger who like have tried to, or they casually try to stream. It wasn't so ubiquitous back in the day. It was something that was just brand new, and I think that I did catch the streaming stuff early enough to still be able to be successful in it. The YouTube stuff, I caught the very, very, very tail end of YouTube gaming, to where it was still possible in order for you to start from nothing and just go through it with sheer determination. Another active item, by the way. With sheer determination and good knowledge of algorithmic stuff to be successful, at least somewhat successful. My channel has never been huge. And I don't compare myself to other people, but if you look at big channels, like I don't ever consider myself a big YouTuber, a big streamer, or anything like that. To me anyway, like there's channels there. I think they said that there's millions of channels on YouTube that have over 1 million subs and stuff. And I think eventually at some point I will. Imagine Boy, yay! Imagine Boy, it's the cream of the crop. I'm gonna take. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to sacrifice King Baby because he's doing nothing for us. Okay, well, I'm actually gonna get rid of telekinesis here because this is a good opportunity for us to get multiple Devil Deal rerolls here with 27 cents. I'm going to take the pact. I'm going to take the knife. Not going to take War Babylon. I have no idea how much HP we have. I know we have the 2 soul hearts from the pact, and that's it. Yeah, and we'll pass on betrayal. Okay, we had a little bit more HP than I thought we would. Oh, that's right, because of Mom's Kiss. Herp, herp. Knew that. Anyway, yeah, I think one day we will hit 1 million subs here. It's going to take a long time, and I'm making a conscious push this year for my YouTube birthday subathon. It's going to work a little bit differently than the Twitch subathon. I'm not going to do just a persistent live stream. I don't I'd like to, but I don't know how well that would translate on YouTube, because I think most people on YouTube are just going to want to see Isaac, and that's that. And I don't want to play Isaac for 19 days straight. So I haven't really figured it out yet, but I'm definitely going to have some sub goals here. Not paid sub, by the way. I mean just a YouTube sub goal. My goal. I'll spoil it for you. I would like to hit 400,000 subs over the course of the subathon. It would be nice. But I also want to, try to stay realistic too. Like if we gain a few thousand subs, that'd be nice. So I don't. But again, I don't know the logistics of making it work yet. So I've got to figure that out. But there was never a moment, going back to Bo's question, there was never a moment where I was like, oh man, I gotta work harder. I gotta be determined to make this my career, like that's not something. I'm not gonna take experimental treatment. That's not something that has ever been the mainstay. I just wanted to make videos that were fun to make, and I could show my friends that I was making, and then that evolved into like, well, maybe I can do this to see if people like them, and then people did like them, and then it became more about entertaining people. Say like, yeah, people really like these WoW PvP videos, which then evolved into like, there's lots of people that like these videos. Maybe I can branch out and play other games, and getting connections with Blizzard and all that stuff just came naturally through knowing Husky and making my Heroes of the Storm videos. And it's like a constant, it's just a slow progression. And it was never like a big, like you went viral moment. Now, of course, I pride myself in working nonstop, and the videos are still about making people happy and giving them something to look forward to every single day. It's not all about maximizing financial stuff or anything like that. There are ways I could do that for sure. I could be putting more effort into maximizing like your earning potential. Like YouTube right now, I don't know if you know this or not, but YouTube has this thing where they're changing the way that ad delivery is working to where now the creators are not going to have any input in the commercials and stuff. And it's something that's in beta. It's something that's being tested right now, and I have promptly opted out of that. But I will tell you that there is going to become a time, and you can quote me on this when it happens. When it happens. I mean, I hope it doesn't, but me knowing what I do and being in this business long enough, I will tell you, and seeing how things have evolved over the last 5-6 years, I will tell you with the utmost certainty, there will come a time where YouTubers will not have any control over ads anymore, and you're going to be fed through the algorithm, just whatever it wants to feed you, whenever it wants to feed you. And if you don't believe me, look at stuff like what's happening on Twitch right now. We Twitch streamers have zero control over when the ads play. Pre-roll ads, mid-roll ads, whatever. There's no control over that. Amazon does all of that now. The only way to get around that is by having a Twitch Turbo subscription, which Amazon and Twitch have silently not been promoting and not been talking about, because I have a theory that they're going to be doing away with ad-free as well, and then they're going to relaunch it as something like Netflix did, some kind of new Twitch Plus premium BS that's going to remove all the ads, and then they're going to charge like $21.99 a month or something ridiculous. So yeah, that what I'm talking about for YouTube is already happening on Twitch. All this to say is that your boy's not getting rich off of making these videos. It's certainly enough to support me and support the people that I work with and that work for me. This combined with what we do on Twitch and the Pokemon stuff and Patreon, all that stuff goes into supporting not just me but also the people who work for me, the people that I can support with your support. And that's the best thing about this, what I laughably still call a job, is that it's never felt like work for me. It's never been a career. It's never been a goal of mine to be like, man, I need to, how can I grow today? What's like, Subs are slowing down. What can I do? That sort of stuff. It's never, ever, ever been about that. Never will be about that. Got a random Hierophant card. But by that same token, I still do have to be somewhat conscious about decisions that affect the channel. You know, the Monster Hunter series not doing well at all. There has to be a limit as well. That's the reason why I made this Invicta Gaming channel. So that's probably where the Monster Hunter series will end up being relegated now that the campaign is over. You know, that channel is not the throwaway channel. I do still like making premium content for it. I said by premium I mean like exclusive content. I don't want it to have a reputation of like this is just where we can't play stuff on the main channel, which is just Isaac. But that channel is more for like, hey, this one's not going to work out on the main channel, but I still really enjoy this game and I want to play it more. I mean, we might as well we need to go deeper. Notice how that did consume Mother's Kiss. We also have somehow some way have an outside chance of getting not black market. We are in a black market of getting a freaking boss rush here. So that's absolutely huge. Already paying off with the treasure map here with the shovel. Big time plays. Oh my god, yeah, we started all the way over here. We got 20 bombs, so we can butt bomb our way through a lot of this. A lot of the riffraff. Mom's Knife with Lump of Coal is fantastic. That is going to give us a lot of sustained DPS on targets that are further away. I saw that Tinted Rock here. I can't pass it up. It's going to be a Christmas miracle whether or not we actually make it all the way down there while also finding the Fool card, while also finding the item room. Yeah, this constitutes one of this whole half of the map just didn't need to exist. We don't need to be over here at all. Item room might be over here, so I'm gonna take a quick dip and just see that we didn't miss that. Okay, there's our Fool card. Oh, you jerks. They moved it away just far enough to where that wasn't gonna hit. Now remember, we still have to have time to kill Mom, go do our Devil Deal, and also get into Boss Rush before the timer gives out. I could also use the shovel to get out of Boss Rush as well, but that's a much less effective way of doing so. Yeah, we made it. Red Mom, so it's good for Mom's Knife here. We didn't get a Devil Deal, but we did get our Soul Heart back, and yeah, I don't think Chocolate Milk actually does anything with Mom's Knife. I do like me some Spider Butt. Chocolate Milk, I'm pretty sure just does nothing. Yeah, I'll just take Chocolate Milk. Doesn't matter. If I really wanted to, I could have done a little bit of a more efficient way and gone to see if there's a crawl space there, but we have the Fool card. If we have like a boss trap room that we go into or something like that, then we can use it to get out of there for free. Or if we just happen to go the wrong way, which is possible. It's still possible. Your boy can find the worst way to go in the most surprising times. Even with the treasure map, even when I can see everything without knowing what the icons are, I'll still somehow manage to find the wrong way to go. It's quite the talent. Yeah, so like this right here, we can go back into the curse room and then use the Fool card to get out of there. That would save us one Soul Heart. But obviously with Mom's Knife and Lump of Coal, we're gonna be chopping things up pretty nicely. Wiggle Worm. I don't think I've ever. I know I've seen the wiggle knife before, but I don't think I've ever like paid attention to it in Repentance Plus. There we go. Nice. We do finally get some damage here. And those are some brimstone bombs, all right, I tell you what. Check the crawl space real quick. We did not get car battery. That's probably actually a good thing for Metronome. First the Lost. Right on cue. Yeah, my birthday subathon will be this year will be on YouTube. Last year's Twitch subathon went for 19 days straight in an absolutely amazing time. I honestly was expecting the subathon to last maybe like a day, and that was it. And then the mosh pit really showed up and went ham. And the next thing you know, the timer was at like 40 hours at one point. I don't even remember what the settings that I had for those, but it's honestly kind of crazy how already it's almost been a year since that. That was by far my best birthday ever, and also the craziest stream that I've ever done. I mean, we had tons of viewers, people showing up. We had people just follow the channel just so they can talk and watch the old Northern Lion and Sinvicta Play GeoGuessr VODs, because I was playing those when I was sleeping. It got me cooking on stream again. Because people, I was setting sub goals to where, like, you know, if we get to 6,000 subs, I'll cook this, or you know, we get to 3,500 subs, I'll make this on stream, and that led to me doing some light cooking streams every now and then. I'll shut the stream on or turn the stream on and do some cooking. Hey, good looking. What you got cooking? It's definitely a landmark moment, and you know, it shows you that no matter how long you've been doing this, you can still get those landmarks, the new experiences doing this job. Whenever I say job, I laughably call it a job, only because it's never felt like a job, and I know I've said that already this episode. But when you enjoy what you do, you never have to work a day in your life. And that's how I feel about this. Like, yes, I do work hard, and yes, I do make sure that I'm doing a good job. And you know, if I'm not feeling great, like, I let everybody know. Like, I'll just be honest with you. Like, hey, yesterday was not a great day. I wasn't really struggling. I was just very tired. And sometimes sometimes people don't like to hear that, because you know, you guys like to watch these videos for fun and stuff. But I also just let you know how I feel. I honestly can't imagine my life without turning on OBS and booting up Isaac every single day and not recording video. Like, I don't know what I would do with myself. It's been now 11 years almost and counting, doing this every single day. Straight, without interruption, outside of when I was sick. I think we had like 1 or 2 days of where I just couldn't record. And then we had the bronchitis issue. Or no, not bronchitis, it was tonsillitis. Back in 2018, I think, where I physically could not talk. So that didn't stop me from recording, but I couldn't talk. So I don't know if those episodes count or not. I often wonder if there's some kind of record that could be set by the Isaac series. The most, dude, Stanley, stop, dude. Dude, chill, bro. Good lord. That was just 10 seconds of uninterrupted attacks over there. Love how the bomb flies somehow spawn behind you. Remember, everybody, if you're enjoying these videos and you want to support the channel and you want to see more of it, make sure you click the like button. I know it's redundant, and I know that you hear that often here on YouTube, but it is true. It's the single best way to support your favorite creators here. And with me, you just know that you're not only supporting myself, but you're supporting the people that work for me, yada yada yada, which are very important to me. I enjoy giving opportunities for people if they have a skill that can be useful. And that's how I've been able to support Alex, and obviously he's been a great addition to Teams Invicta. He's done a very wonderful job. Recently got a raise, and then we branched out to him doing the edits for the YouTubes and the TikToks and the memes. Is that what they call it? The memes? I've worked with other artists in the past too, and I enjoyed helping them out. I couldn't do it without y'all. Being able to support people I think is part of my responsibility. Now that I can support myself, again with everyone's help there, I wouldn't be able to do that without the public's help. The public that we know as the Mosh Pit. Now that I'm taken care of, I gotta take care of other people. I think that's the next part of life. Second seed, Bravo Papa Hotel 1 Sierra Juliet 10. This wiggle knife is something else here. And these active items showing up have been quite the bummer. Oh, 1 out of 3 ain't bad. I guess we did get a damage upgrade. Been a little disappointed with our damage output, to be honest. Even with Mom's Knife and Lump of Coal, I still feel like we could be doing a lot more damage here. You can stop taking so much damage since we are on a victory lap now. Every hit of damage is now counting 1 heart instead of a half heart, so soul hearts and stuff are very important, obviously. Soul hearts will never not be important unless you're doing a red heart build. Then they become kind of a waste. Obsessed Fan, which is kind of a nothing burger of an item here. I do wish for the follower, one day, hopefully one day, we see a follower update to where they take a look at, and I don't mean all followers, I mean like the literal followers, the ones that trail behind Isaac and mimic the movements and stuff, like Multidimensional Baby, Obsessed Fan, Papa Fly, that sort of stuff. I would like to see an overhaul on how they work. Because they're kind of impractical at the best of times and just straight up useless the worst of times. I think that the delay in their movement should be quintupled, so we can actually lead enemies towards the direction that we were in, while having our sort of sentry turret follower just be there ready to go. Set like kind of booby traps for him. I think that would be neat. And I don't want to, but I'm going to. I don't want to play like I have a secret, but we do have. Wait till you see what's coming up in this next patch. I think a lot of people are gonna be happy. New Isaac stuff is man, it's just so refreshing. It's so awesome that we live in an age now where Isaac is getting constant updates and looks and tweaks and improvements. Trail for a second time. I'm not going to allude to anything, but just know that I think it's going to make a lot of people happy. And being able to talk to Zombolas and Ed is oh wow. We get a reroll pedestal inside of the secret room, baby. All right, here we go. Oh mama. Well, if we needed damage, and we definitely do, yeah. Yeah. What would give us the biggest boost of damage? I think you already know. And it is not in this room. I don't think it is anyway. Nope. Now, some of you might be thinking Binge Eater, which I do think that Binge Eater is always a good pickup. But, come on. The glowing hot white knife of the sacred knife is just, that's too much to ignore, and certainly something that I'm not going to pass up on. Strength card. You could use the Algis Rune here, but the Algis Rune is just going to be, it's just an auto GG against whoever we decide to use it on. Super Secret Room is there, by the way. Super Secret Room's here, by the way. And with Sacred Heart now, yeah, with Twisted Pair and 3 Knives, we're looking okay. Yeah, being able to talk to Zombolas and Ed is a privilege. I never in a million years thought that I'd be able to give feedback on stuff, on changes, and get to play preview builds and tests for Isaac. Like, it's so awesome. And when I'm allowed to share, I will share. But that's just to anyone who thinks that the Repentance Plus era was just going to be the online multiplayer and that's it. You are sorely mistaken, my friend. And I said it at the beginning of the Repentance Plus overview when we're talking about being in the new era. It's true. It is true. They are actively looking at further tweaking the game, further improving the game, and seeing what's working, seeing what's not working, implementing new ideas as well. It's all a great time to be alive as an Isaac fan. And also a great time for new players. I've seen a lot of new players come up saying that they've never even heard of the game, but they've been a big fan of it for a long time, and they're finally trying it out. And these videos have helped sort of convince them that yeah, it's actually a good game. It's a great game to play and be a time waster, but also something that you can really dive deep into. And that's what Isaac's all about. It's as serious as you want to make it. A lot of people like to make fun of me for a lot of things, and one of them being is that I just take Isaac too seriously. I don't think I've ever taken this game too seriously. I mean, I enjoy it on a deeper level of strategy, and a lot of people don't agree with my strategies, and that's fine. I don't care. I do what's right for me. And it's so funny, even after I tell everyone, I preach like, hey, play the game how you want, just don't tell me how to play. People still do. People still get angry at the decisions that I make. Which that's just the way of the world these days. Someone's got to be angry about something, especially on the internet. We are absolutely cutting everything to bits here. We get spun out of nowhere, and we also get our third Leviathan transformation object here with the Pact, and we're just going to be continuing to just cut a swath through everything here. Now this is a weird map. This looks like I don't know what this looks like. Looks like it could be a ship out of FTL, but also could just be like A run over deer? I don't know. I've had even more people reach out about Star Citizen since I first talked about it a couple days ago, and I put more hours into the game since that episode, like maybe like 5 more hours, and I ran into a severely disabling bug. One that stopped me from playing for 2 hours because I could not get my character out of limbo. Essentially, what had happened is that I went to do a mission, and it was just a basic bounty hunter mission, and I like to try to like see if I can get the cargo off the ships and stuff because it's fun to explore and loot stuff. I like to play games like a looter shooter almost. So I almost killed this target, but I said something in stream. I said, "Hey, where's my HUD, my heads-up display?" Because I couldn't see how many missiles I had. I couldn't see how much ammo I had left or what my lasers were at as far as the charge is concerned. And someone mentioned, they're like, "Well, do you have your helmet on?" And then I realized that I didn't have my helmet on. So I was like, "Oh crap. Let me just put it on real quick." It wasn't supposed to be a big deal. I was gonna get out of my pilot seat, put my helmet on, sit down, and then continue to blast the NPC. Well, it didn't quite work out like that. What really happened was, unfortunately, your boy fat-fingered the controls on the dashboard, and I inadvertently shut the power off. Another cursor lost. I inadvertently shut the power off to my ship while in midair. So now, and I wasn't in space either. I was within the atmosphere. So gravity takes hold. So now my ship is literally falling down to the planet's surface, and I'm not in the captain's seat. I also don't have a helmet. So even if we do somehow land this, I have to make sure my helmet's on, otherwise I'm not gonna be able to breathe. So unfortunately, I was falling way faster than I thought I was. and predictably, I hit the surface, the planet's surface in the ship. Now, here's where the problems start to happen. I mean, that already sounds problematic because I got my helmet on, but it would not let me go back into the captain's seat, and my ship ended up being upside down on the planet's surface, right? This is where the problem really kicks off, though, because I didn't die. My ship didn't explode, the canopy didn't crack or nothing. I was just there, upside down, standing in my ship. And so I was like, well, this is funny, but, you know, I'm going to have to somehow find a way to flip my ship. Well, there's no functionality like that in Star Citizen. And after dealing with this debacle, I learned that there's not a lot of functionality in Star Citizen, I'm going to be honest. But that's beside the point. So I tried to get a friend to come get me, to rescue me and say, hey, you know, maybe your ship can push over my ship, or maybe a ground vehicle or something like that can assist in this. And then I went to go eat because it was going to take them a solid 20-25 minutes before I was going to be able to be rescued. I mean, we got to go. Sorry, Wiggle Worm. Oh, wait, no, we've got belly button or whatever. Yeah, we can have 2 trinkets. So I went to go eat, and Star Citizen has a notoriously terrible AFK timer. If you are not moving for 10 minutes, the game will boot you. And I didn't know that at the time, and I took about maybe 20 minutes to go eat dinner at this point. So when I came back, I was like, oh, I logged off. Yeah, I got kicked off, whatever. So I logged back in, and I'm dead. My character has done the death face, and I am still in my ship on the planet surface, but I'm dead now. I was like, well, that sucks. Well, then Kidney Stone does nothing here. None of these do anything. I guess we'll take a little Brimmy, I suppose. So then there's a function in the game. How it's supposed to happen is that you're able to be rescued. It's when you get in-capped. You're able to be rescued and resuscitated, or you have to respawn. You have to regenerate in your medical bay, wherever your home. It's basically like a Hearthstone. You get to get taken to your home station, whatever. And you get regenerated, and then everything's honky-dory. Then you got to recover your ship, pay insurance, all this stuff. And you lose everything. Well, the game wasn't letting me... It was not letting me end myself to regenerate. Because at this point, this person couldn't come get me. We don't need a sun car. What am I talking about? So I said, well, that's weird. And chat was like, yeah, that's weird. It should be letting you off yourself here so you can regenerate and keep playing. So it wasn't letting me do that. And then they're like, oh, well, there's an ultimate solution, and it's even called that by Star Citizen on the website. It's like an account character repair function where essentially your account is reset and your character is created over, but you get to you hold on to all your progression and stuff, so you don't lose anything theoretically anyway. Well, I did that and it didn't work. I did that and it did not work. And everyone in chat was like, I have never seen that happen before. So, long story short, it was finally attributed to me being logged in at the time when the account reset had to do its thing. And even though I got booted by an admin, which was that's an automatic admin, by the way. It's not like this. There's no one real that works on Star Citizen right now. I'm pretty much convinced of that. And so I had to wait an hour cooldown. So I played an Isaac run on stream. I had to wait for an hour in order for me to use the account reset function again. And then that time I made sure I was logged off, and it worked that time, thankfully. So it's one of those games where like I have a very hard time to believe that it exists in its current state. And I don't want to be a bandwagoner and just jump on the hate train for the game, because I think that it was best summarized when someone in chat said, you know, it's the greatest game in the world that's ever been created when it's working properly. When it's not working properly, it's the most frustrating, back-breaking experience that you ever have in gaming. So it comes down to whether or not the ends justify the means. And I will say, I'm not going to go so far as to say it's the greatest game ever when it's working. It definitely scratches that itch that I was looking for. And I do enjoy the game when it's working. But man, it was a frustrating couple of hours trying to deal with me not being able to just play the game. And then it was made even more frustrating by the fact that everyone who plays the game just kind of knows that there's no one that you can reach out to talk to. There's no community manager. There's no game manager. There's no nothing. You are on your own, essentially. Essentially, the community has been tasked upon itself by the developers to help with technical issues. And that's madness to me, considering how much money this game has made. I think that if TB were still around, he would not believe that the game has not been released yet. Unironically, would be shocked that the game is not released yet. I didn't know it, but I've had a Star Citizen account since 2014. And I claimed that name a long time ago, and I'm glad I did, because I would have been upset if I didn't have this Invicta name in there. But when it works, it is a great game. But you know what game that works almost 99% of the time? Binding of Isaac. And it didn't cost $750 million to make. All right, I got to get that little jab in there. It's just crazy to me that there's no community manager, no game manager, no nothing, no customer support for a game that's had that much money thrown at it. And I know that people were saying the people were defending that sentiment in my chat, saying like, well, most of the money didn't go to the game, it went to Squadron 42 or whatever the hell they're doing. And I'm like, that's interesting. If I backed a game called Star Citizen, I would expect my money to go to the game called Star Citizen, not a different one. But that's beside the point. Anyway. So if you are a Star Citizen player and you got some good tips and tricks, and just want to do missions and stuff together. Like, I'm not really interested in the PvP right now because I heard it's super sweaty, which I have no doubt it probably is. But I like to do mining. I like to do PvE stuff. The ground stuff was really interesting. Having to track down this person, this sort of mercenary work, and then you had to defend this base, and it turns into an FPS, and that was really, really cool. And then looting the loot boxes and the bodies and everything. Like, that was awesome. And then just getting in my ship and flying away without any loading screen. Pretty much the perfect way that I would want my space sim to be done. I don't think we need you anymore, Curse Penny. Sorry. This is not a run where we need to actually just teleport through the levels. We can just carve our way through the floor and it not save us that much more time. Metronome for a second time. I don't know where our keys have gone. I know we have Guppy's tail, but I feel like we haven't seen that many. Today's been a very rant heavy episode. Not really rant. It's just me talking. Heavy commentary. Not a lot of game talk, and some people don't like that. But if you know me, you gotta understand. You're gonna get a mix of all this stuff. My channel. You know, it's impossible for me not to talk about stuff personally. I don't go too far into the personal life, but you know, if there's something that's going to be affecting the channel or the videos, then obviously I'll talk about it. Or if I'm just having a good day or like whatever's on my mind, because there's not a whole lot to talk about when we have a run this powerful. It's absolutely not new territory, but it's, you know, we got Sacred Heart Mom's Knife. Did an excellent job there using that reroll pedestal for death certificate, which is the reason why I always wait to burn my mystery gifts until after I at least check the secret room. That's pretty much a standard rule. Don't drop your mystery gift into the secret room, or don't drop into random places. Like, wait until you can. If you don't need something immediately, then just wait. Just wait until you can at least see if there's a reroll pedestal somewhere for your drop. I doubt this is Delirium, but I guess it could be. Our first boss, though, after going through like 400 billion rooms. The Glitch Crown. Inevitably, with Glitch Crown, it's usually someone new to the channel, they always end up asking. It is inevitable. Someone will always say, I don't understand why you just don't use the pause glitch with Glitch Crown, so you stop being bad and not miss any items. Well, if you want to play like that, you can, but I'm not going to. There's an exploit in the game that's always existed since Glitch Crown has existed, where you can pause the game and then just freeze the item that you want and just get it. And you have to worry about Glitch Crown screwing you. I don't like to do those kind of things. I have the Polaroid now, so we don't have to worry about this. And he's dead. Wait, what? Did I blink at the wrong time or something? I thought I saw the health bar go down all the way. There's two chubs for a second there. Yeah, this is normal speed. If you really want to make Zombolas happy, you should ask him about Delirium. That's his favorite question to ask. When Delirium fix? Don't actually do that because it actually pisses him off. I like messing with him though. Thank you for watching, everyone. Thank you for listening to the talk heavy, not so game heavy episode today. I really appreciate it. And remember, each and every like that you guys and gals do, each and every comment, each and every view, all that stuff, whether you're watching at full speed or half speed or 3/4 speed, whatever, it all goes to supporting my channel, supporting myself, which allows me to support others as well. So thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. Have a great start to your Friday here. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. I'd like to thank patrons of mine like FaZe David, Alvin Sheldon, and Isaac Johnson. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.